Hi, this is Dave, Fell Running Guide. Welcome to this week's navigation task number 281. So if you haven't seen the previous ones, have a look back through. There's plenty to look at. Right, so this week, what are we looking at? I want you to see if you can identify this landscape feature here. So is this re-entrant or gully or little cleft in the landscape there? Can you identify it? Can you work out where the photograph was taken from? The map this week, we're back on the Harvey Superwalker map. This is a 1 to 25,000 scale, and I've got an agreement with Harvey's to use their map extracts for these tasks. So somewhere on there is the feature and the point from where the photo was taken. Let's have a look in more detail at the photograph. What can we see? Well, we're on high ground, a couple of rocks or boulders in front of us. Whether or not there's significant boulders here to be shown on the map, we can't really say. We don't know what's immediately below us, just under this little horizon line here. We've got a fence line running away downhill, and we've got a gradual downhill to the major feature. We've got a big valley, big steep-sided valley there with an obvious drop-off, and then very steep up the other side with a line of these erosion lines, if you like. At this point here, it looks like there is a split where this stream branches off into two. So you could call that a bifurcation. One of the people who put their comments on social media use that term. I like it. And there's another here, so we can imagine this stream here splitting into two there. So steep-sided and then a gradual rise further up on the other side. So let's have a look on the map. Can we see any of that? Well, we've got one obvious main stream with other streams going off, branching off here. So we need to be looking from high ground down a gradual slope over a split, a branch in the stream, and onto high ground on the other side where that feature was. So does it fit that we are looking over here over a junction? Well, not looking over that one because there's no split higher up. There's no split higher up on that one. There's no split higher up on that one or this one. If we look at this stream here, we've got a split there, the bifurcation, and then another one here. So could we be looking from over this area? Let's go back and have a look at that photo. So ground rising behind. Can we identify these features here? Are they significant enough to have little kinks in the contours and being almost immediately above this split here? Well, looking along here, look, see this index contour, how it wiggles in and out? That could be an indication of those re-entrants or gullies, and there is the split. So looking from over here, so that fits in. So what if we were on this rocky ground or this rocky ground here? Could we be looking at one of those over here and onto that feature there, because it's the right hand of those line of gullies, isn't it? So that could be the feature. Let's have a look at putting some lines on the map. Okay, so if we were on this rocky ground here, looking across to that feature there, we'd be crossing this little spur sticking out before it got steep and started dropping away. If we were on this rocky ground a bit further to the southwest, we'd be looking over this point here where it does start to drop away, where that shoulder starts dropping down. So let's have a look on the photograph. So we can see if we went in a straight line to that feature, we're crossing the ground that's already started dropping away. So that implies we're on that feature that was the second one I just indicated, the one that's further southwest. Otherwise we've been looking across this top here. So if that's the location of the feature, you might ask, well, what about that fence line? It's not shown on. And it isn't, but just because there's no fence on the map doesn't mean to say that there's no fence in the landscape. I always say look at the natural features first, the permanent features, and we can come back in 30 years time and we'd still be looking over a gradual descent and a big steep drop down and up the other side of the valley. So you notice there are some boundary lines shown over here, but those weren't the ones that we were looking at. So photo location there, looking over to that little kink in the contours there. Anyway, hope you got that right. Hope you found it interesting. Thanks for watching. Look out for next week's map reading task. Bye for now.